Your appearance matters. I'm going to be talking to you today about how you can elevate your appearance and yourself in 2025. So, we're just going to jump right into it. As you can see, my hair is done, my nails is done, I have rings to compliment. I'm doing my best, especially this year, and I'm going to explain why that I am doing my best to look my best and be my best. And the reason that is because I am a representation of myself and who I want to be. I am blossoming into this beautiful flower of a woman that I want to embody what that looks like for me. I am a blossom. When I walk into a room, I want it to be known that, that blossom over there, she takes care of herself. She looks really good. And compared to the other years of my life, I have really elevated myself. I did a video not too long ago. In the video, I talked about how I was more like tomboy, STEM, stud-ish presenting. Like, you couldn't catch me with my nails painted. You couldn't catch me with a skirt, a dress, any of that unless it was on occasion. But now the woman that I am blossoming into, she looks very polished. She looks very put together. She keeps her hair done. She keeps herself maintained, and at least as much as possible. And now within my blossoming journey, my next thing that I'm going to work on is elevating my style in my clothes, because I was always the type of person where I'm like, I know that, I'm confident in the way that I look, meaning my face and, my body, like my weight and my size. I'm very confident in that. So I always would just go through the motions within my style about like what I wear, because I'm like, I'm confident in what I look like and like my size and things like that. So I can get away with sweats and leggings every single day. Like, even though I have on a cute top, I still have on leggings. So that's something I want to start to wear more pants and things like that. But back to the topic, because I can be a rambler. But back to the topic, I want to talk to y'all about how y'all can elevate yourselves in 2025. So one of the biggest things, because we're going to start from the inside and work our way out. First things first, internally, I had to build not only a relationship with myself, but a relationship with God. Not only did I have to build a relationship with myself, but I had to build a relationship with God. And not only build it, but maintain it. Everything is, for me, is outward, inward. I mean, inward, outward. Everything is inward, outward. So the reason why I'm doing better with maintaining myself is because I have been doing a better job with maintaining my relationship with not only just myself, but with God. I had to ask myself, what is my foundation for myself? Inward, outly, it's God, then myself. And then once I was handling and maintaining my relationship with God, a lot of things start to fall into place. I'm just telling you, this is my foundation. This is how I began to elevate myself thus far. I would have never thought in a million years that I would be like putting this much effort into my look. And looking back, when I was growing up, like, I was raised by my grandmother, like, she's an elder, so she would always keep me in like nice clothes and keep my hair done. She got my hair done all the time. And then as I grew older, that's something that I chose to not appreciate as much, or I guess not like carry that with me. And that was one of the biggest mistakes that I could have made, was not like keeping up myself the way that I was taught. So yes, foundation, maintaining my relationship with God, which then with me loving and maintaining that relationship with God, I then started to love and maintain a relationship with myself. But it took some time. It wasn't like, Like, I love myself, I'm gonna do my hair, do my nails. Like, no, like the self-love that I had to go through and get through, it stemmed from the things I went through as a kid. Like, okay, growing up, I didn't grow up with my mother or my dad. I grew up with my grandmother, and she gave the best that she could with what she had. You know, she's a older lady. Like, her husband had passed when I was like a kid, so she had to maintain on her own. So she loved me the best way that she could. So with me not having both of my parents, you know, as a kid, and I grew up with many foster siblings in the house. So as a kid, like, you had to learn, or at least I had to learn, as well as my foster brothers and sisters, how to also love and care for ourselves as who we are. So that played a role. Like, I had to get through. I'm saying we, because I'm envisioning my foster siblings as well, because they also had to, like, figure out a way to better love and care for themselves and show up for themselves as well, the best way that they could. So within me doing that work, I had to do that work and begin to connect with myself and begin to connect with my own, without having the people that had me, you know? Like, you know, I had my grandmother, which I was grateful for, but I had to do a lot of inner work. That's what I'm trying to say. I had to do a lot of inner work to even be able to not have, I guess, shame and heartache and all these things that a lot of people probably could have or would have had, if they had not did the work to better love and appreciate themselves. Like, I love and appreciate the journey that I went through so much. I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm so grateful that I was raised by my grandmother. I was so grateful that I had these experiences, because it helped shape me to the woman that I am, which helped me then appreciate the woman that I am, which helped me want to even elevate her, me, blossom more. So circling back to my point, elevating in 2025, if that's what you want to do, or just elevating yourself, period, it has to start inwardly. It has to start inwardly. And even if it doesn't start inwardly, eventually you're going to have to do the inward work. Like, you can outwardly fake it, but eventually it's going to seep. It's going to seep. So you might as well do the inward work now. Work on yourself. Love on yourself. Don't have any shame for what you've been through. Everything that you've been through is helping shape the person that you are, and all you're going to be doing through life is refining. Like within me, blossoming is also, I'm refining. I'm fine tuning. Like deep down, I always knew that I would blossom into the greatest version of myself, but I didn't know when. But because I have the tools and I can know how, that's why I'm doing the how. That's why nowadays, like, I'm like, okay, there's no excuses. If I love myself the way that I say that I love myself, and if I want to take care of myself the way I want, like I say that, me personally, want to present myself as such. So inward, outly, I had to do the work. I had to drop whatever shame, which I've never really been ashamed of anything that I've been through. I've always like acknowledged it and embraced it. And that's another thing that will help you elevate yourself in your life, is you embracing what you've been through. Don't hold no shame of what you've been through. Like, it's just going to help you blossom into the greatest version of yourself. Now, some parts of you cannot take with you throughout your journey. Some part you just have to embrace, acknowledge, let it stay there, and move on. And that is also how you elevate your life. That's also how you elevate in life. That's also how you elevate through life and elevate through God. A lot of times God will like put certain things in your life and you don't understand why, and you're trying to figure out why would God put me through this? It's to help refine you. It's to help refine you. It's for your refinement. So that's one of the ways that I've elevated myself and elevated, like, through life, inward, outly. That is the foundation. Now, next, after I did all my inward work, after I maintained my relationship with God, after I started loving on myself, then what did I have to do? Then I had to start looking at myself physically. Like, I would literally, this is one of the ways I elevated myself and helped me become more confident. I would look at myself I would speak life into myself, and certain things I didn't like about myself, I would change. For example, like, I have really great skin. All I have on is blush. All I have on is blush and some mascara because truthfully, I do not know how to do makeup all like that at all. I can do some blush and some mascara. But before, what I'm trying to say is, like, my skin used to kind of break out pretty bad. Like, it wasn't the best. So then I started prioritizing skincare, which is, my skincare looks like, I wash with, I think it's called Acura. If I'm butchering it, I think it's Acura. It's Acura facial soap. I wash with it every day, and I put it on my moisturizer, and it has cleared up my face drastically because I would look at my face and I'd be like, OMG, like, I need to do a better job with prioritizing skincare. And like, my bonus mama always say, like, yeah, like, you should have like a face routine, and you should have like, and I'm like, when she first was telling me that, I'm like, oh, like, yeah, whatever, like, because my face, like, when I was younger, didn't break out like how it was breaking out. But that's literally, like, I would literally go to the gym, would just wash my face with like water and like just a random soap that you're not supposed to put on your face. My face would break out. And my point is my skincare helps me a lot with elevating myself outwardly, because that's something that I felt that I needed to change because I didn't like how my face was breaking out. I didn't like the way it was looking. Another thing was, this is all my hair, and I love my hair. The only thing was, and there's nothing wrong with people who freeform or had their hair like however they had it, but I was semi freeforming my locks. And that, what that means, if you don't know what that means, it means that you barely retwist your hair. You just let it just do its thing. And it was cool for like an era or a moment, but eventually that's not how I wanted my locks and my hair to look. And I did it for like maybe 2 years. And then I was like, okay, I want, me personally, I kind of want my locks a little bit more refined and together. Like, sometimes I will go out and have it look however it looks, because at the end of the day, this is how the hair is growing out of my head. But if I am going to have my hair out frizzy like that, me personally, I would like everything else. Like, I need my nails done. Like, I need my eyebrows done. I need everything else pretty much snatched. But right now, like, you know, I just prioritize looking the best that I can, because this is me we're talking about here. This is how I want to present myself, because this is how I like myself to look. This is how I want to present myself to the world. This is how I'm elevating myself. So when you're asking yourself, okay, how am I going to elevate? When this is what you have to ask yourself. And I know I'm going to pause for a second and take a deep breath, because I do know sometimes I can hop to this extreme and this extreme and this extreme. It's because I'm very passionate, and I be having so many ideas and so many like, ooh, and this, and then it's going to tie back to this. And that's kind of how my brain works sometimes. It's very vibrant. And then I just have to remind myself to come back to the source. So what I want you to ask yourself is, in what ways can I elevate? In what ways can I do it from the inside? And then when I do it from the inside, how can I do it from the outside? A lot of people do it from the outside first, meaning they ask themselves, okay, I'm doing my best to elevate myself. What can I do? Keep yourself together. At the end of the day, you are representing yourself. You have to live with yourself. This is you we're talking about. This is you we're talking about here. A lot of times I have to tell myself that. Like, this is how I talk to myself. Like, I'd be like, Blossom, this is you we're talking about here. You are a Blossom. So you have to represent yourself as such. You have to carry yourself as such. I know sometimes, like, this is how I have to talk to myself in the ways that I elevate. Like, sometimes I be wanting to like turn up and be like, what do they call it, like ratchet and all this other stuff. And it's like, it's a time and a place for everything. I can do that with my friends, but when I'm going out, I would like to represent myself as, you know, like the Blossom that I am. And, you know, so yeah, ask yourself, like, what do I want to do to elevate myself? Keeping your hair together. Do you want to keep your hair together? If you're a guy watching this, do you want to keep a clean cut? Do you want to be in shape? Like, you have to ask yourself these questions. But another way that I personally elevated myself or wanted to elevate myself is within my hair situation, for me personally, I love length. Like, I love long hair. I love hair. And I was cutting my hair before because I don't even know. I was just like, you can see right here, I was just cutting it. And I told myself I didn't want to cut my hair anymore. And within me elevating myself, like, I just wanted to see how I can blossom in all aspects, within me just letting everything just grow and everything just be. So that's one of the things, me making sure my hair is done, me maintaining my skin. Like I said, I personally don't know how to do makeup. If I did, I probably would wear it. But right now, like, I love my natural look. I love myself. I love the way I present. I love the way that I have transformed and elevated myself. And I elevated myself, and you can do the same thing, especially when you have the mindset that this is me we're talking about here. This is you we're talking about here. Like, and then when you have that type of mindset and that type of effect for yourself, I'd be like, man, like, this is me. This is me we talking about here. Like, of course I'm going to keep myself together. Of course I'm going to do my hair. Of course I'm going to smell good. That's another thing. Do you see how I just be jumping? But this is trill. Like, I'm just keeping it trill with y'all. I'm not one of them YouTubers that's going to cut here, cut here, cut here. Like, no, this is trill. Because, side note, if I ever have a speaking engagement, I can't cut to this. I can't cut to that. It's just, you gotta speak. That's another thing, a scent. I love smelling good. I think that's very important. Smelling good, having at least have a signature smell that you would like to smell like. Like, I'll give you. I was going to give you one of my signature smells. Let me think. One of my signature smells that I'll use to go to the gym is pink sugar, and it's just like just a random signature smell. I'll put it on at the gym, and my point is smelling good will also help you elevate your essence and elevate who you are. Smelling good, looking good, keep yourself together, like, and it's truly an art form too. Like, if you're creative, and a lot of people be like, oh my goodness, like, I'm very creative, but my creativity is in like music, poetry, writing songs, playing instruments. But like, those people who be like smelling good and have a plethora of scents, like, I used to collect scents, and it used to help me elevate my essence. Like, I used to wear leggings and joggers, and if I put on, my signature scents, that would just take me from like on some smooth stuff to like, yeah, like at least I'm definitely gonna get one of these because I smell immaculate. So smelling good will also help you elevate yourself. I feel like I was coming to a point and then I just went another way. OMG. But yes, ask yourself, what do you want to do to elevate yourself? All these things are important. Taking care of yourself. Why does it look like my nail chipped? Oh my gosh, it did. I gotta get that fixed. You have to ask yourself, how am I going to elevate myself from the inside out? How am I going to heal what is going on? How do I not be ashamed of what I went through in life? You do not be ashamed, because it's going to help you refine yourself into the greatest version of yourself. Do not be ashamed of what you went through. Please don't. Please do not be ashamed of what you went through. When I tell you I'm not ashamed of anything that I went through, nothing. And I've been through some things, which I can share that in another video if y'all wanna know. Just because, like, at the end of the day, so many other people are going through what you have been through, and they have nobody to talk to about it. But don't be ashamed of what you went through. Let it refine you. Ask yourself how you want to elevate yourself. I would say, at least physically, skincare is important. Making sure your hair is done, your nails is done, you smell good. You learn how to speak a certain type of way that you would like to speak. You learn how to walk and or sashay away. When you do walk, you keep your head up high. This is you we're talking about here. This is you we're talking about here. You smell good. Did I mention skincare? But that is important. Your heart also matters. Who are you presenting yourself to be? Your morals matter. Your integrity matters. All that matters for you elevating yourself. All that matters for you. All that matters for you is elevating yourself and asking yourself, what do I want to see from myself? How do I want to be? So that's all I want to say, because again, I can talk about this for so long. I'm so passionate about this because again, I have literally like, I don't know, like I have literally blossomed in so many ways. I'm trying to show y'all a picture. I showed it in one of my other videos of like what I used to look like to now. Like two totally different people, but where is it at? Oh my gosh. Just bear with me if I can find it. I feel as though that I deleted it, honestly. But if you click back to my old videos, I think it said like, well, let's go to it. I think it said, let me see. It says level up in 2025. And it'll just show, like, it says masculine to feminine, and it's just me, more of my masculine energy to how I blossom now. Like, I really have really changed and blossomed and elevated, and I am so grateful and I'm so honored. I'm so excited to see where this is going to take me. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Keep blossoming. I'm going to stop this video because I will ramble and ramble and ramble. But I think I'm gonna do a part 2 to this. I'm not sure, but I think I might. But yeah, think about that. Ask yourself what you can do to blossom and elevate yourself this year in 2025, and just in general, like, yeah. And let me know how it goes. I might do a part 2, but yeah, that's all I want to say. So yeah, blossom outie.